Good evening. Mitchell Starc says he is absolutely shattered at Cricket Australia's decision to rest him from the Boxing Day test. Starc's omission hands Jackson Bird his baggy green, while Michael Clarke will be given until game day to prove his fitness. Nick Butler with more.
'Tis the season to spread the love.
Defending Big Bash champions, the Sydney Sixers slumped to a third straight loss last night, thrashed by the Strikers in Adelaide. Trent Dan has the highlights. The greatest ever exponent of his sport, Phil the Power Taylor, has won through to the quarterfinals of Darts World Championships. The 15-time world champ easily accounted for Robert Thornton in front of a packed house at London's Alexandra Palace.
Double 12 for the match and a brilliant exhibition. A message sent out from Phil Taylor.
And while Taylor powers on, sadly the winning run of Peter Snakebite Wright came to an end. Wright and his somewhat bizarre hairdo were eliminated by Dutchman Michael van Gerwen. Play of the day time, and it proved a tough night in Seattle for the San Francisco 49ers. Not only were they on the receiving end of a brutal loss, they were also left red-faced after this simple field goal was blocked.
Akers kicked, it's blocked, and then it is picked up and run back by Sherman. And Richard Sherman is out in front, and Richard Sherman's going to go all the way.
That was a good old-fashioned AFL smother there from Red Bryant. It helped the Seahawks beat the 49ers 42-13 and in the process earned our Christmas Eve play of the day. Mal, that is sport. A Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Thank you very much. We've saved all the difficult sporting pronunciations for Boxing Day. Give you something to look forward to. It's Ben Lewis back with Boxing Day sport.
Thanks again, Mal. Mitchell Johnson claims his 200th Test wicket as Australia puts Sri Lanka to the sword on the opening day at the MCG. Drama in the Sydney to Hobart with one of the leading contenders disqualified. Rafael Nadal in the wars again, while Anna Ivanovic hits the courts in Perth. And Merry Christmas NBA style as LeBron James gets up to his old tricks. Good evening. Mitchell Johnson claimed his 200th Test wicket as Australia dominated the opening day of the second Test against Sri Lanka at the MCG. More than 67,000 witnessed a brilliant performance from the Aussie attack. Sri Lanka dismissed before tea, all out for 156, with Australia set to post a sizable first innings lead. Nick Butler has more.
Michael Clarke said all along he'd lead.
Stand-in Melbourne Stars captain Cameron White says he's looking forward to leading the side in Shane Warne's absence. White will take the reins, with Warne celebrating Christmas with fiancée Liz Hurley in the UK.
Kind of still fly from Melbourne to Adelaide, and vice versa. So if they want to pop over back to the MCG and fill up our stadium, they're more than welcome to see him there. So, but yeah, look, it's a little disappointing for for the crowd not to see him. But as I said, it's just happened to be this game.
Adelaide fans at least will get to see the competition's leading wicket taker, Lasith Malinga. England batsman Luke Wright returns for tomorrow night's match against the Strikers after national duties in India. Pakistan is off to a winning start to its first tour of India since the Mumbai terrorist attacks in 2008. Batting first amid tight security, the home side managed just 133 off its 20 overs. But Pakistan struggled in the chase, needing 6 runs off the final 3 balls to win. Enter Shoaib Malik.
That's gone, and that's gone for 6. Magnificent strike from Shoaib Malik. And he finishes the game with a big smashing 6.
The 5-wicket win puts Pakistan 1-0 up in the 2-match T20 series. Veteran Sydney to Hobart yachtsman Grant Warrington insists there's a conspiracy against him after his boat Wild Thing was disqualified from the race just hours before the starter's gun. As Victoria Murphy explains, the controversy dwarfed a spectacular start to the race.
Stunning views, as always.
Anna Ivanovic has hit the courts in Perth, doing her best to acclimatise for the Aussie summer, with no less than 5 successive days of 40-degree weather expected. Ivanovic braved the West Australian heat wave, practising in sweltering conditions this morning. The Serbian world number 13 will partner men's world number 1 Novak Djokovic in this week's Hopman Cup. Ivanovic hoping to redeem herself after injury ended Serbia's title chances 2 years ago.
Yeah, definitely. I felt so bad, and for Novak too. So I really hope this year we can, put it together and like I said, go all the way. We were so close, and it was a bit disappointing the way it ended.
The Hopman Cup starts on Saturday with all the action here on 10 and over on 1. Rafael Nadal's Australian Open preparations have taken a hit, with the Spaniard forced to withdraw from an exhibition tournament in Abu Dhabi because of a stomach bug. Nadal was due to make his long overdue return from knee surgery, but withdrew this morning, apologising to his fans via Facebook. The 26-year-old hasn't played since his shock second-round exit at Wimbledon back in June. There were plenty of highlights in the NBA's annual Christmas Day special, with LeBron James leading his Miami Heat to victory over Oklahoma in a rematch of last year's finals. There were 5 games in all. Other winners: the Lakers, the Boston Celtics, the Clippers and Houston. Jackie Reid has the highlights.
A finals rematch complete with celebrity fans.
Continuing with the hoops theme for Play of the Day, meet Julian Newman. At 4'5", this 11-year-old is tearing up Florida high school courts, showing up players 6 years older than him. Newman's talent was spotted after he scored, get this, 91 points in a junior game. Shorty certainly has the moves. He even leads the entire state in assists. So this pint-sized prodigy gets our play of the day. Mal kind of proves that short men can jump.
I'm sure you've got someone in mind with that one.
Good evening. Michael Clarke scored a century on day 2 against Sri Lanka to surpass Ricky Ponting's record of most runs by an Australian in a calendar year. Clarke and Shane Watson helped build a sizable first innings lead, but Sri Lanka fought back after lunch, thanks in part to one of the greatest catches of all time. Nick Butler explains.
Demolished on day 1.
Ricky Ponting last night proved he still knows how to score runs on Boxing Day. It mightn't have been at the MCG, but his unbeaten 63 helped the Hobart Hurricanes to consecutive wins, and no one could stand in his way. Chasing 155, the visitors reached the total with just 1 ball to spare.
The keeper's head, so that's the game. The Hurricanes sneak home.
It just got a little bit hard to score towards the end. We lost one of the balls, and the ball that they changed to was a whole lot harder to hit than the one before that. So, but it was a very good win in the end.
Ponting earned his 2nd straight Man of the Match award. Hobart sits equal 2nd on the Big Bash table. Solid wins are helping Wild Oats 11 close in on a new Sydney to Hobart race record. The Super Maxi holds a significant lead over nearest rival Ragamuffin Loyal, and as Victoria Murphy reports, the crew is also eyeing off a rare treble.
After a slow night at sea where the wind died down to just 3 knots.
For more on the Sydney to Hobart, we're joined by reporter Rob Waters from Constitution Dock. Rob, what time is the winning yacht expected to arrive in Hobart?
Hi Ben, well to beat its own record, Wild Oats 11...
Flamboyant Frenchman Joe Wilfried Songer says he's planning to put on a show at the Hopman Cup, but with his tennis rather than his trademark on-court antics. The 27-year-old is hoping to use the mixed doubles tournament to launch his campaign for a maiden Grand Slam in the hope of closing the gap to the world's top 4.
For the moment I'm far, but I feel like I have a lot of energy and, you know, I will do my best anyway, you know. To reach the sun, you know, you have to pass the moon.
For the first time in 5 years, Leighton Hewitt won't play in Perth, instead tackling the Brisbane International as he returns from toe surgery. And on the Sunshine Coast, Daniela Hunchakova was warming up for next week's tournament with some surfing tips from Julian Wilson. Melbourne Victory assistant Kevin Muscat admits his side's depth will be tested when it hosts the Newcastle Jets tomorrow night. Adrian Leia and Mark Milligan will miss because of suspension, and with former Premier League star Emile Heskey lining up for the Jets, Victory's replacement defenders will have their work cut out for them.
He's come and he's done well, and he scored against us the last time. He scored a few goals, but you know, we've prepared well for the game. You know, as I said, you know, Adrian misses, Millsy misses. Dior was not playing. It just gives an opportunity to someone else. Is our depth going to be tested? Yeah, yes, it's going to be.
Kick-off is at 7:30 at Amy Park tomorrow night. Play of the day time, and who says umpires don't have a sense of humour? Here you can see the mascot for NBA side, the Utah Jazz, attempting to coax this referee into a quick pre-match boogie. But just when all hope seemed lost, the ref decided to get his groove on. We're not entirely sure the bonus strip show went down all that well with his colleague, but for having the guts to give it a go, this referee can have our play of the day. And Mal, a little bit of breaking AFL news for you. Collingwood player Marley Williams has been charged with assault after an incident in a nightclub in Western Australia.
OK, thanks for that, Ben.
Melbourne Victory can move within 4 points of top spot with a win against Newcastle tonight, but they'll be without suspended captain Adrian Layer, who joins us now from Amy Park. Adrian, can your side cover the loss of both Mark Milligan and yourself?
Yeah, it's obviously going to be a challenge tonight. You know, in the past we've had important players missing like Archie and Marco Rojas and also Millsy, and we've covered it well. So hopefully tonight the boys can get out there and do the job.
Emile Heskey's in fine form at the moment for the Jets. Can you take advantage of Newcastle's reliance on him?
Yeah, look, it's you know, he's been a great player for them since he's come here, and our boys are up for it. I mean, Nick Ansell's come in and he's been fantastic for the last 2 games, and I think Lee Broxton will step into my shoes tonight, and hopefully he can do a good job on him, and we can get the win.
We're halfway through the season at the moment. How have you assessed Victory's year to date under coach Ange Postecoglou?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, we've had a lot of changes and a new game plan, but the boys have adapted well, and you know, we're starting to see that on the park. So it's an important little period here for us now. A lot of games in a short amount of time, and it's important we do pick up maximum points and close that gap on the top 2.
Adrian, thanks for your time and good luck tonight, mate.
Thanks, Ben.
Melbourne Heart, meanwhile, fell to last place on the A-League table after losing to the Phoenix in Wellington last night. Despite falling 2-0 behind during the first half, the Phoenix hit back, scoring 3 straight goals to break Melbourne Hearts.
And Brocky's onside. Brocky, has he clipped his score? Brocky scored, the Phoenix lead!
Heart was relegated to last spot after Sydney FC scored a late winner against Central Coast. The Mariners had 2 players sent off in a wild 5 minutes of stoppage time. Wild Oats 11 re-established its dominance of the Sydney to Hobart, breaking the race record en route to a 6th Line Honours win. As Rob Waters explains, Mark Richards and his crew took 17 minutes off the previous mark.
Having already delivered the knockout blow, the only real struggle came at the end.
And no doubt the party is in full swing down in Hobart. Reporter Rob Waters joins us live from Constitution Dock. Rob, it looks like Wild Oats will be celebrating a rare treble.
Yes, it does indeed. They're the most...
Thanks, Rob. Behave yourself tonight. Troubled Australian tennis player Bernard Tomic is confident he's turned the corner as he prepares to kick off his summer at the Hopman Cup. Tomic believes he's now better equipped to handle the pressure after spending 2012 plagued by issues off the court.
That's that way. I'm focusing forward now, and you know, I believe I can do it. It's just a matter of me committing and focusing on, you know, big 2013 and, you know, getting my ranking up to where it really should be.
Sporting royalty hit Queensland today with glamour couple Caroline Wozniacki and world #1 golfer Rory McIlroy in town for the Brisbane International. Serena Williams will also use the tournament as her springboard into 2013. Australian darts legend Simon the Wizard Whitlock has won through to the quarterfinals of Darts World Championships in London. The Wizard needed all his magical tricks to beat Englishman Dave Chisnall.
Simon Whitlock wins a thriller against Dave Chisnall in the tie-break. A fantastic 1-5-2 finish to stay in the tournament.
Whitlock is out to go one better than his runner-up finish at the 2010 World Championships. Play of the day, and if this block from Kevin Durant wasn't spectacular enough, how about the slam dunk on the very same play?
Blocked by Durant, who comes galloping and driving and taking it down! Rocking the rim, going high and coming down hard.
That was the best of his 40 points, Durant leading the Oklahoma City Thunder to a 6-point win over Dallas, and of course taking out our prestigious play of the day. Mal, that is Friday Sport.
Thank you very much, Ben.